friends, and welcome to the Imago Nutrition Podcast, where we give you practical nutrition strategies to help you and your family flourish. And 'tis the season. It is Christmas. It is New Year's, but inevitably, for many people, it is also the start of weight loss season. And so I don't want to spoil the party. I know that dropping a podcast right around Christmas about weight loss is a little too soon, but wanted to get it out there as a helpful resource as people begin to look at the top of the next year. And so today I wanted to tackle 10 questions to ask before you begin losing weight. And so these questions are designed to stir up some conversation within you, some introspection, some reflection on perhaps past strategies, and hopefully encourage you to think about weight loss a little differently in the new year. And so the first question that you should ask yourself before losing weight is, why do I want to lose weight? This is incredibly important because, as I am accustomed to saying, if your why is bigger than the what it takes to accomplish it, the why will get you through the what. Okay. And so for a lot of people, losing weight is just a method or a mechanism that gets them bigger things that they actually want. What I mean by that is maybe you don't want to necessarily lose weight, but you want more energy. You want more stamina. You want more confidence. You want better health outcomes. You want to set a better example for your family. You want to, in a certain respect, be a better spouse. There are many different dimensions as to why someone may want to lose weight, but rarely just losing weight for the sake of losing weight. Rarely is that effective long term. And so whether it's your faith, or your family, or your health, or your career, or your confidence, whatever it may be, our clients here at Imago Nutrition stay tethered, as we say. They stay tethered to their why throughout the process. Because again, I firmly believe that if the why you're doing something is bigger than the what it takes to accomplish it, that why will get you through the what. Because weight loss is a enduring process. It can be a frustrating process. And so tethering to your why is very, very key. So again, that first question that I want you to ask yourself is, why ultimately? What are the multiple reasons why you really want to lose the weight? And so the second question that you should ask yourself before losing weight is, what is it about previous attempts that was unsustainable? Look, chances are that if you're trying to lose weight again, that is very good evidence that previous methods were unsustainable. Okay. Virtually every diet is restrictive in some way. And with few exceptions, restriction is typically negative in a nutrition sense. Now, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, if you want to lose weight, you're going to have to put guardrails around your caloric intake. However, what we usually see in diet culture is heavy restriction. And so whether that is way too few calories, right, which produces faster weight loss, but ultimately usually unsustainable weight loss, we see things like no sugar. We see things like avoiding carbs. We see things like no processed foods, no eating at restaurants, no eating past 6 o'clock, no this, no that. And that sort of restriction is actually unnecessary. And so our clients here at Imago have complete food freedom. A lot of people are shocked that we don't tell them a single food they can't have. We don't tell them a single food they must include in order to achieve weight loss. They have complete food freedom within a framework. And we do build frameworks, of course. Yes, you have to understand energy balance, your calories in versus your calories out. You have nutrient considerations, things like protein and fiber and micronutrients and water. And yes, all of those things are true. However, none of those things require all-out restriction. And so that second question, what is it about previous attempts that were unsustainable is a very important one early on, because it'll give you a signal of what's to come should you double down on that strategy. Okay. The third question you should ask yourself before losing weight is, what am I going to do differently than I have tried in the past? So again, once we've identified that previous attempts were unsustainable, which is why many people have to lose weight again, because by definition, they were then not sustainable. I want you to think about what you're going to do differently. And so classic example is, I need to lose weight again. I need to go back on keto. Okay. Well, if keto helped you lose weight once and you put the weight back on and you go back to keto, the question is, why are you doing the same thing that didn't cause lasting change before? So again, that third question, what are you going to do differently this time, is very, very key. Our clients they've come to us and they've tried many diets, often for years and years and years, sometimes decades and decades and decades. But very few of them have tried having a coach. Very few have tried having an accountability partner, an actual dietitian like Danielle, someone certified in nutrition science like myself, actually guide them through the process while helping them discover the freedom that they have in nutrition while also pursuing their goals. So ask yourself, what are you going to do differently this time than what you've tried in the past? Okay. Fourth question you should ask yourself before losing weight is, can I commit to a reasonable timeline? I can't tell you how many times I've come across this in my now almost 18 years of helping people in this area of health. I want to state up front that very reasonable, healthy, sustainable, amazing fat loss for most people looks like somewhere between a half a pound to a pound and a half a week. Okay. On average, our clients target about a pound of fat loss per week. Now, some people say, oh, Mark, that is way too slow. And my first question is usually relative to what, right? Oh no, I've lost weight so much faster in the past. So why are you needing to lose weight again? Okay. But then I also like to also say, well, how long have you been trying to lose that 20 pounds? Oh, Mark, I've been trying to lose these 20 pounds for 10 years. That sounds long to me. That sounds slow, that you're trying to lose the same 20 pounds every single year over and over and over and over. That sounds long. How about we take a reasonable, steady approach and work on hitting somewhere between half a pound to a pound and a half per week consistently? And that's what our clients really enjoy, I think, a lot, is that, yes, they want it to be faster. And sometimes it ends up being a little faster than that, but they end up realizing that one of the reasons that their attempts in the past have been so unsustainable is because they've tried to do it too quickly. And so we love helping people understand that, guiding them toward a more steady progress. So that fourth question is, can you commit to a reasonable timeline? And so again, if you've got 25 pounds to lose, can you commit 25 to 50 weeks to lose that weight? I would recommend that you consider that very highly. The fifth question you should ask yourself before losing weight is, what am I going to do when I mess up? Okay. So many people come at this diet mentality from an on-off mentality. I'm either on my diet or I'm off my diet. And so therefore I need to go on a diet and I need to stay on it. I need to white knuckle this thing as long as possible until I hopefully get to my goal weight. All right. But falling, quote unquote, off and trying to get back, quote unquote, on is exhausting. I think we can all agree. If you've ever done that before, you know what I'm talking about. It's exhausting physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's exhausting falling, quote, off a diet and having to climb back on that diet when Monday comes around. So there's no messing up. I just want to tell you that there's no messing up with losing weight. There's only progress and lessons to be learned along the way. Our clients come to us and they are often shocked. They are surprised that throughout our coaching process, they will call us, whether myself or Danielle, to say, look, I really messed up. I had a bad weekend. I fell off. I'm sorry. And we don't see it like that. We're not confused. We're not dumb. We know the heart behind that. But we want to challenge you and encourage you to not think about, oh, you were being good and then you were being bad, right? You were on your diet. Now you're off your diet. Now you get back on your diet, right? And so many people are freed up. You can hear it. We can hear it on our calls. We can see it on our calls with people that they are freed up from this idea that you're either on or you're off. And so, yes, pushing through those moments. Okay, maybe you had a Friday night where you went out and ate, high calorie foods and had drinks and whatnot. Okay. It doesn't mean you were off your diet. There's a learning. We'll work through that with you. And then, waking up the next morning with the freedom and the gusto to keep pursuing your goals is one of the things that we love to work with people on. So again, that fifth question, what are you going to do when you quote unquote mess up? All right. The sixth question you should ask yourself before losing weight is, what am I going to do if my progress stalls? I can't tell you how many people this throws for a loop. Look, weight loss is never a straight line. We graph and track our weight loss with our clients. And I can tell you, in almost 18 years of doing this, I have never seen someone lose weight day after day, week after week, month after month at a straight line. In fact, I joke that if your weight is going on a straight line decline, you should go to the hospital. It's probably a medical emergency. Weight loss is never a straight line. It looks like peaks and valleys, but yes, it's trending down if you're doing it correctly. The body should not lose weight every single day, day after day, week after week. The body does not work like that. There are beautiful, glorious, healthy fluctuations along the way. But what throws people off a lot of times is when they're quote unquote doing good for a few days and then the scale goes up. Okay. And then it just throws them into a tizzy because I've been restricting, I've been not eating sugar, I've been not doing this, I've been not doing that. And the scale goes up. Well, this doesn't work. My body must be broken. That's not the case. It's not the case at all. And so many people get so frustrated when they stall it, they end up just giving up at that point. They're like, forget it. My body's broken. I'm not going to do this. I wasn't meant to lose weight. Okay. Which is a lie. It's not true. Okay. Everyone can lose weight. The question is whether or not we're doing it in a healthy, sustainable way or not. Okay. Our clients are super encouraged to learn that there are many reasons why weight loss can quote unquote stall, and that there are many strategies to regain progress that don't include or necessitate lowering your calories even further or starting to restrict foods or nutrients more severely. Okay. So big question number 6 is, what am I going to do if my progress stalls? The seventh question you should ask yourself before losing weight is, do I have a sustainable plan? Most people end up losing weight using a method or a system of eating that they don't want to adhere to long term. Okay. Another way of saying that simply is, a lot of people eat a certain way to lose weight that they don't want to eat long term. Okay. If that resonates with you, you've probably felt this in the past. You're like, well, it's working to lose weight, but as soon as I'm not on this diet, what am I going to do? Because I don't want to eat like that. And you're stuck between, do I eat like that, which may be miserable? Do I just go back to the way I was eating before, which made me miserable over time because it's what caused the weight gain in the first place. Okay. That's why so many people who lose weight on diets end up regaining weight when they're off the diet, is because it's either on a diet that makes them miserable or back to the way that I was eating. So what we recommend is, instead of being miserable during the weight loss process and eating a way that you would never eat long-term, you should actually use the weight loss process to learn how you want to eat long-term. Okay. Our clients, again, some people are shocked to learn, our clients do not receive meal plans. So many people have come to me over the years and be like, I just need a meal plan. I'm saying, sorry, you can get those online. You can go to YouTube right now. People are giving those things away for free. I'm not in the business of giving meal plans. And by the way, apart from a registered dietitian, which Danielle is, no one should be giving you a meal plan. Okay. Your personal trainer that gave you a meal by meal plan should not have been doing that. Okay. It is technically illegal, though I realize there's no diet police out there or nutrition police. But meal plans are unsustainable. We've seen this in the research. And a lot of people are out there giving them that shouldn't be. That's just an aside. But our clients are a lot of times shocked that we don't provide meal plans. We don't dictate how our clients eat. What we do is guide you with certain principles, and the client themselves leads in choosing the foods to help them achieve their goals in accordance with their food preferences. The way that I like to hit my protein goal on a certain day does not have to be the way that you have to achieve your protein goal. The way that I like to get my fiber in doesn't mean that's how you have to get your fiber in. Okay. And so that is part about building a sustainable plan, is that it's not someone else's prescription, but it's that you are working with your own preferences toward your goals. And that's what proper coaching and nutrition should be about. So that seventh question is, do you have a sustainable plan? The eighth question you should ask yourself before losing weight is, do I have an exit plan? Hey, newsflash. Weight loss should be a season, not a way of life. Okay. Once you reach your goal, what then? That's the question. Is it, as I stated in a question earlier, is it that you're caught between eating a certain way and going back to how you ate before? Or have you built a plan and an exit that transfers you from the weight loss process into a maintenance process? Most people simply revert back to their old eating habits because the diet they were on was unsustainable long term. So having a plan, and specifically an exit plan from the weight loss phase to move you into a maintenance phase, is critical to keeping that weight off. Okay. Our clients are not only guided through the process of losing weight, but they are guided through the process of exiting the weight loss process and entering the weight maintenance process. So this is a very important question to ask yourself before you even start is, do I have an exit plan? The ninth question you should ask yourself before losing weight is, do I have a plan to maintain my weight? If you find yourself having to lose weight over and over, year after year, sometimes decade after decade, I'm willing to bet it's because you haven't learned to maintain a healthy body weight. Okay. Most people actually know how to lose weight. Okay. Let me say that again. Most people know how to lose weight. Millions of people do it every year. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, weight loss, because people have to do it every year, right? Very few can actually maintain a healthy weight once they achieve it. So part of what we love doing with our clients is building the skills necessary to maintain a healthy weight after losing the weight, so that exiting the weight loss process and entering that weight maintenance phase feels seamless. And it doesn't feel like going from a diet to a non-diet, or from a restrictive diet to back to my old eating habits. It's that you've built the sustainable plan, you've exited from that plan, and you have a plan to maintain that weight that actually feels very similar to how you've been eating throughout the weight loss process. I often joke when people say, well, what foods do you eat when you're losing weight? I say the same ones I eat when I'm not. The same foods I eat when I'm gaining weight, when I'm maintaining my weight, are the foods I use when I'm losing weight. Okay. It's not food selection, though that is very important. We're nutrition folks. We get the importance of that. Okay. However, it is not food selection that drives weight loss. And that's one of the things that we love unlocking for our clients through the process. But making sure you have a plan to maintain your weight is critical. And the 10th question you should ask yourself before losing weight is, do I have the right support in place to accomplish this? Okay. Do you have a supportive spouse? Do you have a supportive family? Do you have supportive friends? Do you have supportive social environments? Do you have supportive folks, communities, circles around you, so that you can build a maintainable plan, a sustainable lifestyle, lose the weight, and keep it off long term? Perhaps you could use a coach. Many of our clients say that that is the difference maker for them from prior attempts to lose weight. And so if having a coach alongside you, someone as a sounding board, someone that can empathize with you, someone that can help strategize and encourage you and challenge you and push you, and be there for you week in and week out, if we can help be that for you, that is exactly what we love doing. Okay. Long before it was cool, we were calling ourselves nutrition coaches for a reason. Both Danielle and I have been athletes our entire life. We have studied and worked and trained under coaches. We love the philosophy of coaching. We love coaching. And we have created this business to combine it with our passion for nutrition and helping people change their lives. And so long before it was cool, I know coaching is a buzzword right now. Maybe it'll die off. We're probably still going to be calling ourselves coaches before it was cool and after it was cool, because we really believe deep in the coaching process, philosophy and principles. So if we could help you lose that weight and keep it off in the coming year, we would love to be that for you. We would love to be the coach that comes alongside you. We have weight loss coaching programs designed specifically to be evidence-based and hyper-individualized. Okay, those two things are not a contradiction. They can be both rooted in the science of how your body changes and what fuels your body, and hyper-individualized to your preferences, your goals, and who you are. This is not a diet. This is not a 90-day challenge. This is not a supplement sales system. In fact, we're trying to get people usually off of supplements with our coaching. And so this is not, again, not a diet, not a challenge, not a supplement sales system. This is truly the power and the freedom of nutrition and a coach in your corner to help you achieve healthy, sustainable results. So that 10th and final question, do you have the right support in place to accomplish it in this coming year? And I hope that you do. And if you don't, we would love to be that for you. I hope this episode has been helpful at stirring up some of that introspection and some reflection on perhaps, past attempts and what you may be able to do differently. Look, if we can help, please let us know. You can contact us at imagonutrition.com. That's imagonutrition.com. Please subscribe to the podcast, drop us a review, let us know how we're doing, share with a friend. We'd love to help as many people as possible. You can follow us on social media at Imago Nutrition. That's at IMAGO Nutrition. And as always, we'd like to thank Happy Pill, the band, for our theme song, Thinkin Bout Food. We'll talk to you soon.